The Interfaith Winter Shelter began in 2009 when a coalition of faith communities came together to provide emergency shelter for Bloomington's homeless population.
I was just walking. For 2 days I walked in Bloomington. Nobody would talk to me. I didn't have enough really to talk to anybody, and then one guy, he says, there's a shelter over here at Trinity Church. A shelter? He goes, yeah. And I was wore out. I was about ready to collapse. And I went to Trinity and got in the Interfaith shelter. They gave me soup. They gave me a hot coffee. They let me clean up. I did, a sponge bath and everything. And let me lay on a mat instead of in the bushes.
4 facilities, Trinity Episcopal Church, First United Methodist Church, First Christian Church, and First United Church, take turns providing shelter space each night for 50 to 60 homeless men and women. Nearly 24 faith communities, along with IU students and the Bloomington community at large, provide volunteers, supplies, and financial resources.
We chose to do this as a family this year. Mostly we wanted to get the girls involved, and families can help with setup. This worked out perfectly for our family, and we feel like we've done something good for the community.
Over the cold winter months, volunteers perform different tasks as they serve different shifts. They help set up the sleeping areas, welcome guests, serve hot meals, monitor site areas, and clean up the space in the morning.
I think everybody is a person of infinite worth to God. And if they are that, then they ought to be to me.
By serving our homeless neighbors, we live out our faith.
And for me, it's just a way of following the second commandment of the Lord, to treat your neighbor with love as you would anyone else.
Your contributions will help defray laundry costs, hire professional staff, and provide needed supplies. Financial gifts and your service as volunteers not only contribute to the very survival of our guests, serving gives volunteers the opportunity to know something of the experiences of those in desperate need.
I get a lot more than I feel like I give because I actually know the people in the homeless community now. I don't just look and say, oh, those poor people. I actually know their stories and I know their faces, and I feel like I'm really building relationships with them and also helping them out in ways that, that they couldn't help themselves.
If it wasn't for Interfaith, I would be, I don't know where I would be. They gave me a place every night. They gave me food. They went out of their way above and beyond what they had to. These are volunteers, and without them, I don't know if I would be in jail, dead, and I owe everything to the Interfaith.
Please give generously of your time and money to make it possible for us to carry on this vital, life-saving ministry.